Hello out there, YouTube community. Josh with a video here. Today's March 8th, 2025. And for those that don't know, today is International Women's Day, a day when women around the world get proud and celebrate all their accomplishments and advancements in society, all thanks to the bra-burning women of the 1960s here in America that, quote unquote, liberated them from us toxically masculine patriarchal males that only seek to oppress them, prey on them, and keep them down. So what today's video is going to include is some statistics that women beat men at in the United States, but these aren't the statistics you really want to be proud of. These are the statistics that BlackRock and Vanguard are never going to let NBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, or Fox News report to the masses, because then the liberal feminist bra-burning movement of the 1960s would be stopped dead in its tracks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First up, divorce. In the United States, women initiate more than 2/3 of all divorces in the United States. Well, I got an extra added bonus for divorce. Bravo, ladies. You're showing men you're willing to throw the relationship away at the first chance something better comes along. Let's take a look at what the feminist movement has to say, all right, about divorce versus what God says about the divorce. Oh, here we go. Right here. 23 quotes that'll make you rethink feminism. Sheila Cronin, the leader of the feminist organization NOW, National Organization for Women. Since marriage constitutes slavery for a woman, it is clear that the women's movement must concentrate on attacking this institution. Freedom for women cannot be won without the abolition of marriage. God, for I hate divorce. God hates divorce. If you're wondering why, you can find the answer in the New Testament when Christ explains to the Pharisees that when a man or a woman divorces their partner, they cause their partner to commit adultery. Anybody who marries a divorced partner commits adultery as well. So it is a deceptive tool that causes humans to commit sins against God without realizing it. Next up, domestic violence. Gainesville, Florida, 2006. University of Florida did a study on domestic violence and found that women are more likely than men to stalk, attack, and psychologically abuse their partners. Wow, bravo, ladies. You should be real proud of yourselves. Let me tell you, does anybody remember the media reporting this to the masses? Or does anybody remember that time that woman beat the shit out of a man and the cops took her to jail instead of her telling the cops he hit her first and he automatically goes to jail? Yeah, neither do I. I don't remember it either. Next up, mate poaching. What is mate poaching? The media hasn't done any coverage on this at all. Mate poaching is when a single person steals a person that's in a committed relationship for themselves. The University of Oklahoma did a study on it and found that most relationships are actually going to be a single woman starting her relationship by luring an attached man away from his partner. In this particular study, the lady that did the study, which if I scroll up, I should be able to find her name. All right. That was Helen. Yep. Helen Steiner Rice. She surveyed over 5,000 women in this study, and she found that 90% of them would pursue a man who was in a relationship with another woman if they thought that man was the perfect person for them to mate with. Those same women got the photograph of the man, but he was single, and only 59% of them said they would pursue a relationship. The phenomenon of mate poaching does not affect single males, males in relationships, or females in relationships. All right? Bravo, ladies. You're leading against us men in home wrecking. Must be real proud of yourselves. Let's see. Who averages more hours worked per week? Women always complain about the gender pay gap. But according to the U.S. Department of Labor, men average about 10 hours or more hours worked per week than women do. Well, if you're averaging more hours worked per week, you're going to make more money. That's just common sense. But bravo, ladies. You're lagging behind and working as hard as we are. Do women make worse bosses? This is a mixed bag. All right. I was only able to find one person that has done any type of comprehensive study, and it's on LinkedIn, and she actually worked for female bosses. She cites that there was a survey of 5,000 British workers found that 45% of female bosses could be classified as bullies, and the female employees are actually their victims. Like I said, this is a mixed bag. I have worked for female bosses. I have worked for male bosses. Some studies will say females lead the men in being more catty and vindictive. Other studies will say men tend to be more narcissistic. And finally, paternity fraud. Something else the media never wants to talk about. The American Association of Blood Banks, all right, which does DNA testing, in 1999, so this is 26 years ago, found 30% of DNA paternity tests nationwide turn out negative. So let's take a look at what happened to singer Ne-Yo in California. For years, he paid child support to an ex-girlfriend for a boy she claimed was his. A DNA paternity test eventually proved he wasn't the biological father. But because the state of California considers any man to be the father if he puts himself out there as one, the mother can come after that man financially as if he were the biological father. So here we have Ne-Yo, the singer, getting a DNA test proving he's not the father, and the state of California says, we're still giving you the child support order. We don't care that you're not the father, as long as the kid gets paid for. This is something that the media will never report on. Does anybody remember that time that woman falsely claimed a man to being a father, duped him out of hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support, and the judge ordered her to pay restitution and sentenced her to prison for felony fraud? Yeah, neither do I. But bravo, ladies. You guys are really racking up the stats over us men on some of these, let me tell you. You should be real proud of yourselves. Your bra-burning ancestors have taught you well. Thank you for watching.